Wait, was.
Shanza record. No, watch it run.
It's gonna be me. It's me. I told you.
Best of 3. Hi. We are the Olendos.
Yes. And we are the Divine.
And this is our backstory. So we can start by introducing ourselves. My wife's name is Grace Warigia Wandegwa Olendo.
Wow, you said
So she's
well.
called Mrs. Olendo, and she loves to worship in form of singing. She loves to pray. What else does she love to do? She loves eating at classy restaurants. She loves classy things, which means she loves things that uses money. Her desire is to change the world in terms of worship, in terms of reaching out to people with the love of God, and basically that is it. She loves city life. Na moshadha ni shida, so you cannot invest and buy that kashake ka 10 acres mahali so that you are able to put some cows and goats over there. So that is Grace Warigi Ndegwa wa Olendo, Mrs. Olendo aka Graciela. Story imeisha hapo.
Ujasema my profession.
Unafeel aje kuintroduce vizuri?
Introduce lakini hajasema kila kitu. But ume 90%.
Tumeanza kumark. So I get an A. Good.
It's now my turn, right? So this gentleman with jeans right over here is my beloved husband. His name is Jonathan Olendo Wasonga, but he prefers being called Jonah or Nathan. When I call him Jonathan, it's his official name na hapendi. But anyway, yeah.
Wait, Nathan is from Jonathan?
Yes,
oh.
like Jonathan. Jonah, Jonah, Nathan.
Jonah, Nathan, both of them are.
Yeah.
They mean the same things.
Yes, he's my husband of 7 months next week. That will be 3rd February. Yeah. And it has been so far so good. He loves Jesus. He's a man of faith, prayer, and he loves communities. He loves to impact and change communities. So better people, better communities. And he loves to travel. Conversation yake tunakwanga na Christ kila kitu. Like, can't we just breathe kidogo? Almost even a single thing will have a scripture. Yeah. So, and what else does he do? He likes to sing, but when cameras are off.
Swahili songs.
Yeah, Swahili songs.
Which he doesn't like to sing.
Of course I don't. Swahili is not good for
We are
me.
represented in both sides.
Yeah. But my papers stand to say that I am really good in Kiswahili.
Of course,
844,
844, of course.
Exactly. That is how you portray.
Of course.
What else what does he love to do? He loves his family and his friends. He's very intentional. He does not do high buys.
Yeah.
He likes to go deeper with people. So he'll want to have deeper conversations, and I think he's more into relationships. He loves, I think, a thriving atmosphere, where there is love, peace, and mostly he likes to have fun and to joke a lot. I think he's salty and I'm Grace. Unajua ile verse nasema that let your conversations be seasoned with salt and grace. He's very salty, but we thank God he got grace. You should thank God for yourself, bruh.
Okay.
We bless the Lord. I thought I was the one that says scripture in everything, but
Yeah.
I think it's brushing off. We are doing well.
Yeah, but you should thank God that the grace is sufficient for you. Thank you.
We thank God for everything which is sufficient. Yeah. So that is us in a nutshell.
And we like to say we are divine.
We are divine.
Yeah, we are divine.
Hi guys.
Hi.
Hi.
So thank you so much for joining us today and agreeing to share your story with us. We are really humbled, man. We do not take it for granted, Appa, because we know you're opening up your personal space for us that we now appreciate. So it's really good to have Mr. and Mrs. Olendo with us today, and this story is going to be a blast. First of all, before to answer, my request to guys is please subscribe to our channel. More content is coming, and I think for that reason we can give them 5 seconds or subscribe. Then you guys can do something for 5 seconds.
For 5 seconds.
As we wait for them to to subscribe.
Me, I have subscribed. Have you subscribed?
Has he subscribed by the
Yeah. Have you
I will
subscribed?
subscribe.
Oh dear.
The 5 seconds are even over.
Nice. So guys, subscribe. Don't be like me. Let's subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe. So we're going to start this conversation from the very top.
Yeah.
Like the first question we'll ask is, how did you guys meet? Like give us the whole story of how you met.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm the one being looked at. and we met. It was we. But we were in a fellowship together. It's called Park Road Fellowship. We used to go for high school ministries. I had been for a while. She had been for a while.
Yeah.
She was serving at. We had a group for people that were not born again, rather. Yes. So she was among the people that were serving. So that is where we started our conversation. For I saw her in the fellowship. She didn't see me. But with time, one of those, during the years, we get to had a time to go for camp. We usually organized camps for CU believers, CU officials. So once they came, one day when I was, it was the first camp I was attending. So while I was going to the camp with a friend of mine, we met them with a friend, also a lady friend, that we sent to the shop to get some things. So we were gentlemen and we helped them carry the things. And as the story goes, now they weren't carrying things for a lifetime once when we go shopping. So basically that is a nutshell on how we met. It was a camp that was organized by a fellowship that we were both members, and the main name of the fellowship is to go for high school ministries.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, you can say your version.
Oh.
My version is not wrong. She can say her version. Every version is correct. You don't need to mark.
First you said we met in a fellowship. Me hadn't even seen you. Like, ulikuwa hata member, sikuwa najua.
I said that she didn't see me. Is it?
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
yes.
Okay. So me, as we met on, it was in, I think, December of 2013. Yeah, during that camp.
Yeah.
So I was in the organizing committee for that camp. And it's Parkwood Fellowship Camp. So we had been sent to the shop. That time the camp was at Meriliki in Lower Kabete.
Yeah.
So we had been sent to, something was needed, I think, for the afternoon session. So we were requested, because in the organizing committee, of course, now you know how things are done and you have to run the errands. So as guys were in a session, as we were excused to go and buy things. So me, I asked my friend, come and take me, because definitely I will need a helping hand.
Yeah.
So sisi tumeenda duka and we are going to buy. So that friend apparently, so si tumeshindwa shopping, so zikapo chini, and you are like, all right, this is more than we thought that we could actually carry. So we are like, ama tuchukue pikipiki. But at that time nilikuwa na phobia pikipiki. So I was like, mi sioni kama 2013.
Wow.
Nilikuwa na I don't know. I always used to feel as if it's just gonna be something that's gonna happen. It's not going to be right. So I was just there and I was like, so what do we do? Do we call guys inside watukujie?
Yeah.
So as we were having that conversation, the lady friend of ours, anaitwa Regina, spotted 2 of her friends.
Yeah.
I didn't know him. So it was him and another person whom nikakujua, I know that other person was used to go with him for missions. So now when we met, I asked Gina, sasa since your friends are here, can you request outside? So because I'm like, oh, thank you for being very helpful.
So they didn't offer, you requested.
Yes, actually, did we request ama nyinyi tu mlichukua?
It's your version.
Yeah,
What's
we
your
requested.
You requested.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I didn't also know the friend. I met both of them at that time.
Okay, I would think maybe otherwise, because now this is what happened. Sisi tumepelekana hadi tumefika Meriliki, sawa wametusaidia tukatembea hadi kwa gate.
Yeah.
Me and here our conversation was over. Like, thank you for helping us. It has been really,
along
really.
the way you guys are having conversations though.
I think maybe I didn't even get to know your name.
There was no conversation.
There was no
So
conversation.
no conversation.
Teacher tusaidia wasichana kazi ya Mungu.
Hey.
How? I don't get it. This is interesting.
We had gone to the camp. We were heading the same direction. My friend knew both of them.
Yeah.
So for me, I only needed to help. So I was helping my friend help his friends. By then he was my.
Spark any interest?
There was
I
no
didn't even
no
notice
interest
it
at
was
all.
that. I can't even remember
There was no interest at all
that.
from both
interest.
ends. From both ends. Yeah, I think for me the main issue was just attending the camp. No interest at all. If there was any, it was to the students because that was the main issue. With other people, not as such.
But funny thing is, now during the camp, because me I was boarding, you weren't boarding. He would go home.
Yeah.
So during the camp, now this other friend of mine, when you tulikuwa tunabeba tumetuma shopping, so apparently they started talking, and that's how I got to know. Oh, so you become friends with this guy.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, that's so nice. So we never met ever since that time at the camp, because you only attended one session and that was it. Or if you attended, I never got to notice you were there.
I attended those sessions, and I was boarding.
Clearly. You
I
were
was boarding.
You were
I have
sleeping.
never
Like
attended
for
a
real.
camp in and out. I did that while we were dating.
You were boarding.
I attended that camp in and out while we were dating.
Oh. Aki pole sikupata.
So it means that we helped them carry those shopping while we were still carrying our bags, because that is when we were reporting to the camp.
Oh, by
Yeah,
the
we
way.
had our bags.
Anyway, thanks for being kind.
No, it didn't make sense. As long as she was being helped, these other ones were up to us. We are guys.
Anyway, Mr. So after that day, I never got to see him until one day in fellowship. Because now what happens is that every Tuesday, there is a time of where the members come to join together, and then you're debriefed. Their missions coming soon, and you pray together. It's more like fellowship too, come a prayer meeting even. And it was fun. So one day I was like, oh, kumbe unakujanga fellowship. I was like, oh, hi. Sikumbuki kama nikwambia, please remind me your name. I don't know, or I just said hi. But at least I knew he was. Ever since now, it was on a particular Tuesday that I noticed him, and I was like, oh, okay, hi. Then after that, ngejipata saa zingine ako kwa mission yenye mimi naenda. It was so funny. I had saved him a different name with his friend, because I didn't know his name. Honestly, all that time I didn't know his name. Until one weekend challenge where I was the mission leader. And then when you're the mission leader, you're requested to contact the members who attended there. So me, I was just calling guys, and I was like, we're meeting on Friday at Tumaini House. Time is 2 p.m. So that we go. I don't know what to shule gani. I really can't remember. And then this guy is like, so me, I won't be able to come. And I'm like, you won't be able to come and you're paying a whole matatu. So what happens to your fare is like, mi nitajipanga. And then I was like, so unakuja Saturday. I was like, oh, okay, sawa, you'll find us there. So we went for the mission. Then now on Saturday, he comes and asks me, but they give me a refund. A refund of what? Me, I was like, no. So that's how our conversation began from there. Because I'm like, me, I cannot refund you because one, I cannot account for that money because I already paid your seat. And it was like, I hope you understand my place. I am very accountable with resources. I will not refund. So pole sana. Aki saina nafikiri aki ungejua bwanangu, maybe I would have been lenient on you.
I'm happy she didn't refund, by the way.
I can get lenient. Oh, sorry. But how much was that fare? I think I need to treat you out for that. I think it was 350 labda. Nikupeleke wapi? Kuna offer ya 350 mahali.
How many years later?
Nitakupeleka nini? Steers burger.
Utanipeleka ama mimi ndo nakupeleka?
Anyway, See, we are here now.
Yeah.
Kama singekuwa
That's
hivyo.
what matters.
So I think that's how
Yeah, that's how we met. Yeah.
That's how you met.
that is
Yeah.
how we met.
So at what point did the interest now spark? Like ukamwona like
Hey, tell us, my
there's
friend.
something.
Why are we having two interviewers? I think I'm supposed to be answering questions from one direction. It's a conversation.
We're not having an interview.
It's supposed to be from one direction.
Okay.
How it happened is how do I put it? It didn't even start as a relationship per se, or rather interest per se. It I as she said, I am relational. I love going and knowing people. I love worship. I love people living their authentic selves, as weird as it is. So I approached her one day, told her, is it possible for us to have a sitting? We were talking about worship. She was in the worship team. And that was the approach. It was specifically to talk about worship. We planned for was it a date? Let me say a hangout. It wasn't supposed to be a date. It wasn't even supposed to grow into anything. I was single at that time. I was not looking at that time. So we planned for a cadet just to talk about worship, because we started the conversation after the fellowship. Now the problem was that the fellowship ends at around 8:30, so we cannot overstretch it. So we decided we can meet another day to also discuss it, and it would also make sense if we meet at a neutral place that is not after the fellowship, because time will always be limited, and we didn't have control over that. So that is how we got to have our first sitting.
Okay, now this is my version.
I like the fashion.
So Simia, another Tuesday has come, going for fellowship, and then since I was in the present worship team, still I am. So what happened is you go early for practice. So if fellowship normally starts at 6, I would go at 4 or 4:30. So that particular Tuesday, me also went early. So kidogo me I find this guy at the balcony, because that place has a balcony. It's actually Tumaini house. It has a balcony. So me, I'm waiting for other members to come so that we start practice. Kidogo, I see this guy coming. So me, I thought maybe we were talking about another fellowship that we have gone to. Is this something?
Yeah.
But before that, is that previously, almost every Tuesday, angeniambia, text me when you get home. And then that time I was in campus, and I was, at that time, Lower Kabete hostels. Hiyo mwaka sijui tu nilifanyika. Normally, I was in main campus, but for that first year, those guys who are doing political science and conflict, tulipelekwa Lower Kabete with guys who are doing law. Sijui nini walifikiria, but anyway, so tukapelekwa Lower Kabete. So after every fellowship, I would go back to Lower Kabete, because that's where my hostel was at. So he would normally tell me, ukifika uniambie, and of course I wouldn't tell him like, "Wait, kwani I need to report to someone that I have arrived safely." So at times I would choose not to reply. So I thought maybe your time I'm going to see you Tuesday, and anauliza, "Oh, why didn't you tell me that you didn't get home safe?" I was like, akono tiaji nyingi sana mimi sitaki. So I was like, so mimi ndo zile za already with the defense mode that mimi hautaniuliza why didn't you tell me if you got home, because normally I would tell him, but there's no mandate or scripture referring me to telling you that I'm first, you're not my parent or my cousin, you're not my anything. It's fine. But I got it, he's a friend who really cares to know how people are. So that particular Tuesday, he tells me is, ulinambia nini by the ikitu kama, you like worship. I've noticed that you like worship. I think he started something like that. Yeah. I noticed that you like worship. And you said something like, can we have a conversation or a time together? Maybe, would you be interested? And I was like, okay. So maybe I thought maybe we're going to talk about worship, because that's how he introduced that conversation. And I was like, oh, sure. So maybe hata hii hangout sikuwa najua ni kama naitwa date ama nini, because kama ingekuwa ni kama date labda ningesema hapana. I think ningesema
It was a hangout, as I put it. It wasn't a date. It was just a hangout, and the topic was worship. There was no interest at all from no interest at all. No, because
well, for me, no. Maybe for
no interest at all. One of the, how do I put it? One of the giftings that I have is I am able to know your call and bring it out. So that was just part of me operating in it.
Yeah.
That this is exactly what I told her. You sing well. You should start worshiping. There's a difference.
Yeah.
That is how now we met. On that as the platform. That you have the voice, yes, but now the voice is just a voice. Yeah. How is it? What's the possibility of using the voice now to worship? Yeah. Because such is what happens to many other people. You can use the voice as a gift, but apparently you cannot. There's a difference between leading people into worship and singing well.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. Wow. So that is where we started the conversation. That is why we went out. Apparently, we found ourselves also talking about us, because now it's hard for you to talk to somebody about one thing.
Hey, you guys said that you have actually reminded me something. So, that day of meeting, it came. And Grace is ready, because at that time I was doing my driving classes, still in town.
Yeah.
So we agreed we are going to meet, because I never knew town. Where am I shango that time? Wow, I only knew buildings. Unajua ile umezoea kupelekwa na wazazi kila mahali. Tumaini House, Nairobi Cinema. Actually, it was Nairobi Cinema, Parliament, as in that's how I would know. That's how I would know the places. And nini lifestyle na kumat lifestyle. So this time so we agreed we meet at Kenya Cinema, because Kenya Cinema is just right after Rocky. Nilikuwa Rocky hapo karibu na Memorial Park, right? So ilikuwa tu come to straight. Hautapotea. I was like, ni sawa.